That was my camp last night, which had a nice sunrise over there. You can still kind of see the remnants of, because it's early start today. I didn't sleep super well last night, but it's okay. Just going to try and get down and start hitching. I could do with going to Decathlon to get a new towel. But yeah, it's raining a little bit as well now, so I'm going to try and pack up quick and start getting down. Bad news, guys. I just opened my water I bought yesterday and it's sparkling, which I've never had sparkling water before. I don't think I will again. That is gross. Why would anyone choose to put that in their mouth? Ugh.
After making my way down from the fortress, I hitchhiked for a few hours to eventually get a ride with Hugo, a lorry driver on his way to Genoa.
So you work as a lorry driver? Your job?
Yeah.
Transport.
Genoa to Liguria. Piemonte.
Yeah.
Under the Liguria, Piemonte. Toscana.
Yeah.
I drive.
You enjoy? You like? You like it? You like driving?
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Hugo ended up driving me to a train station in the city and insisting on paying for a train for me. I tried to refuse, but at a point, it feels like it becomes ruder not to accept the money, so I got the next train to La Spezia down the coast. It was at this point that my health began to take a turn for the worse. I've since realised that I forgot to antibac my hands before eating the salami the day before, and think that this may have contributed to my illness, but either way, I ended up fading in and out of consciousness on the train, resulting in me getting off at the wrong stop and having to wait for the next train to take me into the city. Once there, it was beginning to get late, so I took another train to a smaller town in the mountains to find somewhere to camp.
Okay, so I'm currently just looking for somewhere to, like, instead of a tent. It's like 8 and it's quite cloudy, so it's getting dark. It's going to get dark fairly quick. I found some like farmer's path, I think, that doesn't seem to have been used in a while, I'm hoping. So I guess I'm just going to follow this until it comes somewhere good. But it's getting dark. I just need to commit to something at some point. It's not too bad. I think as long as no one comes down here in the morning. It's fun. Okay, that's a boar. Don't know if you saw that on camera. I hope you did. There was a boar in the bushes, which does make me less want to camp here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up to a spot much closer to the road, and just hope, because I think that that boar is much less likely to come up to the road. And a hammock is definitely possible between these two. I don't know how much you can see. I'm going to check the weather report
and see what that says. So I've set up the hammock and I go to sleep soon. I think today in general has been a little bit of a low point. I had a good hitch, but I only had one in the day, which to be fair was more my fault than the no hitches coming. I didn't, I didn't try that much. But one nice thing has happened, I guess, just now, which is, I mean, it's completely dark, so you won't be able to see anything, but over in the woods, quite nearby, what do you call it? A firefly? Yeah, a firefly just flew past, which I've never seen fireflies before, I don't think, and it's something I've kind of always wanted to see. So that was nice. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
My pocketbook is empty and my heart is full of pain. I'm 1,000 miles away from home, just waiting for a train.
It's 5:30 in the morning right now, so I'm going to walk all the way back and see if we can get any luck. I'm trying to get to Bologna today, if I can. That's the aim. So we'll see. We've landed at a sexy shop. Nice view. I waited 3 minutes for that second hitch. I waited an hour for the first one. Valencia, Spain, and then up to Andorra. I just had a guy stop and say he wasn't going to Bologna, but he would buy me a ticket to Bologna on the train. Obviously I refused, but it's so not in the culture. They will even they just don't understand the appeal. I think he thought I was homeless, but yeah, I mean, they were nice. It's nice people. They're just not people who will pick up hitchhikers. About 2 minutes later, so just now, I've had another person stop and say they'll buy me a train ticket. This hasn't happened before. What is your name? Sergio.
I'm from Brazil.
Ah, okay, yeah. I'm Jacob. Jacob, yeah.
Nice name.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so it's a late start today. It's almost midday already, but I'm leaving the campsite. I just decided to be quite lazy today because it's not too far I've got to get. And I had a swimming pool, so I went for a swim. Yeah, I'm going to try and hitch to Bologna again, and then I'll get a train out of Bologna just a bit, so then I can hitch towards
San Marino. Well, I think I'll go to the coast first, just because that's the way the roads seem to go.
I like city small
Yeah,
or big city.
I like small. I like small. Yeah.
Happy.
My first hitch of the day was a young-looking 30-year-old man who lived in a big house in the mountains with his rich parents.
My house.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
He took me to his house to drop off some groceries, which gave me the opportunity to snoop and see his parents' collection of weird and wonderful items from their travels,
Yeah.
which included a man holding his comically large penis. He then drove me a bit further down the road and dropped me off in a nearby village.
What is your name?
Christian.
Christian. Okay, I'm Jacob.
Jacob.
Jacob. Yeah.
Now speak English.
Okay, so you haven't visited Bologna?
No, not really. It's kind of, yeah.
What? Don't you know that it's one of the best cities in Italy? And it's full of students and fun everywhere.
Yeah? I know nothing about
it's the best city
it.
where to live for
Yeah,
young
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
There's everything you need. It's in Bologna. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
beautiful, and also the food is very nice.
Yeah.
But I hope you will come back
Yeah.
and visit Bologna. It's very nice. What?
So I just got, I got kind of hitched. He just took me to the roundabout like 20 seconds down the road. But I've got to the roundabout and there's a massive sign that says no auto stop, no hitchhiking. So, yeah. Fucking Italy. Jesus Christ. Man, okay, well I can't hitchhike here. So I'm going to walk a little bit further back down the road. And try and hitchhike a little bit back there, but it is boiling. It is hot. No one was stopping. It's way too hot. Sun's gone behind a cloud now, so it's not really illustrating my point. But yeah, not ideal. So I think I'm going to walk back, which takes like half an hour or something, back to the train station and get a train to Rimini, I think it's called, the sea, and then from there try and hitch to San Marino. The roundabout that I wanted to hitchhike from is a construction site. Ugh.
It was a very long time that I waited at this spot for a hitch. By the end I lost all hope that I was going to get to San Marino today, and had spotted a slide in a kids park that I thought I could sleep under. However, while I was on the phone to my dad complaining about my lack of luck, a mother and son stopped across the road and shouted to me that they were going to San Marino.
Where are you from?
England.
They went completely out of their way to take me to a waterfall that I found on Google Maps, and were some of the most joyful people that I met on my trip, listening to Elvis Presley as we drove along tiny roads in San Marino as the sun went down.
Grazie.
Vediamo se riusciamo a trovare sto posto.
Once we got to where I wanted to go, they even knocked on a local's door to ask for directions to the waterfall, which worried me at first as I didn't know how the local would react to a scruffy Englishman wanting to free camp in their local area. But they were just as kind, and even drove me as close as they could and gave me directions to the waterfall.
Gracias. Ciao. Bye bye. Oh, gracias, sorry. Ciao.
Not to mention, the mother and son even insisted on giving me some money for future trains, should I need it. I think I was trying to record in the car. I don't think it recorded. So I want to make sure that I recorded her name. The woman who lives nearby is Chichila, I think. Chichila. And she lives very local. And she said, yeah, free camping at the waterfall is easy and very good. So I'll take that as local permission. Obviously that doesn't really count for anything, but I don't think I'll have any issues anyway. She just said walk along this path until I hear water. But oh man, has like the last, like, I don't know, hour? Less than an hour, like 45 minutes. Just completely changed in tone. Just so massively. I mean, I don't think it was properly documented on camera, but I was like, just fully was going to sleep in a kids park on a what do you call it, like a climbing frame. Like I scoped it out. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll wait till dark and I'll put my thing there. I didn't film that much because I was just in such a bad mood. And then I was calling my dad, asking on Google Maps if there was anywhere better to camp, because my internet wasn't working very well, so I couldn't really look around. And I was also trying to keep my thumb out and smiling, which means you can't really use your phone that much. So I just phoned him and was like, hey, can you see if there's anything nearby? I was on the phone with him, and then yeah, there was just a honk from across the road, and two just great. It was so great. Mother and son, I think. Yeah, 15-year-old, and I think she said she was like. I asked him, she said 55, but I don't believe 55. Definitely not. So maybe she meant like 45 or 35 or something. I don't know. She can't mean 35. Whatever. Anyway. Yeah, just great, excellent. And he's got my Instagram, so he might see this. So hello, thank you very much. That was a very fun ride. One of the, and definitely cheered me up. Right, got a sign. There's a house here, but I don't think it's inhabited. Let's go to 5 minutes, I think that said. See if there's anywhere for a tent or a hammock. Okay, so this is a awfully put up tent in an absolutely awful location in terms of like the ground. But for now, good night.
I've got peace like a river in my soul, in my soul. Peace like a river in my soul, in my soul. I got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul, in my soul. I got love like an ocean in my soul, in my soul. Love like an ocean in my soul, in my soul. I got love like an ocean. I've got love like an
Just got a lift from a guy called Lorenzo. And we're at the border. There's a guy looking at me funny from across the road. But yeah, Italian border, baby. I'm in Italy. Lovely, 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 lovely. Right. Just looked at what I'm hitchhiking in front of the house, and it's called Serenity House. I'm pretty sure it's a mental hospital, which I don't think helps my chances of getting a hitch. So I might have to move at some point, but I'll give it like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, just because it's good shade here. But there might be something better around the corner. I don't know.
I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain.
I've managed to charge the batteries a little bit, so we've got a little bit more time so I've managed to go back to the GoPro, but maybe not for ages. But yeah, cool. Right, I'm at a hitchhiking spot in where am I? In Sestione.
Sestina. Jeez, I don't know why I couldn't say that. I'm trying to get to Borgo Cafe, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, that's so that.
Peace like a river in my soul. Well, I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. Deep and wide, there's a river that's a flowing deep and wide. Deep and wide, there's a river flowing deep and wide. I'm headed for the waters of Jordan, mama. I'm looking to be baptized. My brain needs a good old washing. I'm tired of my curtainless eyes. My eyes have been opened to too much, mama. I'm looking to be baptized. I've seen the world in its frailest moments, the petite size of our lives. And I'm headed for the waters of Jordan, mama. I'm looking to be born again. My brain needs a good old washing to forget what I know of the end. The cowards are dead right alongside the brave. I'm looking to be born again. Now I really don't think that Jesus saves, but I sure could use a friend on the road.
I finished my day of hitchhiking in Terni and decided to take a train to Orvieto, where I thought that I could find a place to camp, before heading to Bolsena and Bolsena Lake the day after. However, this is when something went wrong. I got on the train that was on my platform at the right time. However, had I spoken Italian, I would have heard an announcement saying that the train that I wanted was delayed, meaning the train that I got on was going in the complete wrong direction, heading to Florence. I didn't check my maps until far too late, when we were approaching Florence. With no other option, I got onto the next train back to Orvieto without paying for a new ticket. Fortunately, no one questioned me, and I arrived in Orvieto at about midnight. I walked to a park near the train station and set up a tent to sleep in for the night.
It is about midday now, I think. I spent most of the morning finding a cafe with Wi-Fi and electricity, and then charging some stuff as much as I could, although it didn't really charge that much. But yeah, I got chatting with some an American couple, Joe and Elise, who live here. It's very good. They're just asking me about my travels and stuff.
In this way is more easy.
Yeah.
You find buses for Sena.
Yeah. Hey. It's quite warm. Oh, car coming. Let's get. Oh, over. I do worry that sometimes when I'm like, a little bit dehydrated or whatever, and I'm tired, I mean stumbling around a little bit. Makes me look like I'm drunk. Ulsena?
Yes.
Ulsena. English? You speak any English?
Yes.
Ah, good, good. My bag.
It's possible for you.
Sorry? The...
You want you open the...
Oh, the boots. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Sorry, yeah. I have, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Safety? No.
Are you from around here?
I live in the city.
Ah.
I quickly got picked up by a local man who gave me tips on where to eat and a potential place to sleep, as well as what the best sights were to see around the lake.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. But it's free. It's only paper and plastic. Okay?
Yeah.
Alright.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Good, thank you. Thank you. It's a bigger lake than I was expecting. Alas. Oh, no. Well, I think that I am where I'm supposed to be. This is where Google Maps says the forest starts, but I'm not sure. But then a lot of the reviews said that it wasn't very well signposted. We'll see. I just got a lift with, I think he was called Eric. I'm going to call him Eric, but I can't remember what his name was, but he was a very nice guy. And him and his, I assume his mum, two Pakistani Christians. They said it's very uncommon for there to be Pakistani Christians, so I guess that's why they moved to Italy, which is a much more Christian country.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
I sat here at the top of the waterfall for a while, until 3 nudists came along and started to swim, so I decided to leave.
I think when I'm so close to a big lake, I feel like I'd rather go down to the lake. So I'm going to walk down and see if I can find somewhere to camp down by the lake, which is a bit risky because I don't know if there is going to be somewhere to camp. I hear water down here.
I'm gonna let it.
Oh God!
This little love of mine,
Always bloody walking.
let it be, let it be, let it be. Oh, I'll just sing when it hurts, but I sing all the time. I'll just sing when it hurts, and I sing all the time. I'll just sing when it hurts, I sing all the time. The time, all the time, all the time.
I've been walking for a few hours now. I think I've done about 15 kilometers. Just constantly trying to get down to the lake, but there doesn't seem to be any way down. I've kind of happened upon a campsite, which I might look at just to see if that's an option to sleep in tonight, because the sun is setting and I'm running out of alternatives. You're big, aren't you? Oh, you alright? Hey, I think I saw some. Oh, he's okay. He's got a bloody ear, I think. Well, he's got a collar on, so I assume he's owned by someone. It's a good fish. Hey! Hey! Is he okay? Ah, okay. I'll leave him to his own devices, but... So it's €20. It's €20 for a pitch. Which I know I said it was under 20. I'd pay it, which I might still do if I can't find anywhere to free camp that's hidden enough. Yeah, I don't know where to go. I could always go up into this field here, but that's definitely private land. Maybe if I went behind these hedges. But I just don't really want to put a tent up because it's a pain to put down in the morning. There's a little path going up here. Yeah, I mean, if I can get out of sight of the road. Actually, two trees that are close enough together, but not too close together.
After some deliberation, I decided to go back to the campsite and pay for a pitch. However, once I was there, I realised that the reception had already closed and wouldn't be open until the next morning at 8:30, so I wouldn't be able to pay even if I wanted to. I decided that I would leave what few euros I had in my pocket at the time at the reception and try not to use any of the campsite's facilities, treating it like a wild camping spot. With this in mind, I headed to a local bar, bought myself a beer and went for a swim as the sun set and the stars came out.
Good morning. It is currently about 7:20. So I'm heading to the nearest town to try and hitch towards Rome. So trying to get to Rome as quick as possible, early as possible, so I can spend a bit of time there before heading on to Bari in Albania. Hopefully getting to Albania tomorrow morning.
Looking for a sign to know I'm on the right road. Ain't seen no sign since Jericho, but I got plenty of manna, and I guess the money's fine. Heading up to Jordan, milk and honey on my mind.
Goodbye. Goodbye,
Spent the night.
Okay, where's Roma? Roma is that way. The secret challenge that I set myself when coming to Italy was to get a lift with an Italian grandma. What did I say? Nonna, right? Nonna? I think. Yeah, I think that counts. It's 3 Italian grandmas on a girls' trip. Yeah, it was amazing.
Clearly looking quite lost, this old woman came up to me and offered to walk me to the train station where I would get a train into Rome, deciding that hitching would be too hard, especially since I had a Flixbus booked to take me to Bari this afternoon. Due to my time limitations, it became apparent that if I wanted to make it to my bus on time, as well as make it to the Vatican City to tick it off as the smallest country, I would have to run.
via Amazon.
Grazie.
Ciao.
Ciao.
The running paid off and I managed to just about make it to my bus to Barry in time. I settled down in my seat preparing for a fairly long but comparatively comfortable bus ride. The journey was going well, the aircon was nice, the legroom was plentiful. After about an hour or two, we stopped at a service station where I got a slice of pizza and went to the toilet. Then I came out of the toilet and looked out of the service station window. My bus wasn't there.